This is for somebody called Light. Nobody can take, I always know my work. But different mindset, black and white, tried to take that. Tried to take those things. My work never been taken for granted, but people opinion in this world, like I know my work. But as long as it got black and white that dictate stuff in American business, how can we make change? How can we be ourselves and grow? And people are trying to control that selfishness and that ambition. I'm reading your video, like, but the humans, my work never been qualified. I've been around, let me tell you something. I've been around Demir, I've been around Sabina. I've been around Demir say, oh, Hubert, you know you're not dumb. They know I ain't dumb. That's Demir. Demir was tell you, like he said, Hubert, you play like, no, he know I ain't dumb. But it's the business, it's the society part. They can never take nothing. Everybody tried and they failed. Even when I was at my lawyers, you can always be put back together. One thing you would never take is family to understand those things or those goals. But the concept of how people act in the business and trying to dictate it and control it and stop other people growing, it's happening, guys. Either we like it or not, it's happening. These people get in positions and they putting people down and putting them at their lowest point. It's happening in American business. We have to identify that. My work never been my work. You got a Mexican lady, Renee, gonna lie in Walmart say, and we call Edward right now, I was a stalker. Nobody don't want a Mexican woman, a different mindset that like to dictate things. Baby, you dealing with something that's be of your pay grade right now. I've been going to college, I've gone to jobs. It's the certain individuals that like to behave in the way to understand. They can never take what they can't understand. You think people can take God and Jesus' place? You can't understand God and Jesus. His throne is forbidden for humans. His throne is forbidden. You try to sit on his throne, you die from it. It's poison. You die from it. His throne is forbidden. God and Jesus' throne is forbidden, and his commandments is forbidden. No human is forbidden. Humans can play, it's forbidden. You have to understand those things in the concept. My work have always been there. But when I get away, what makes the difference when I'm not working for people no more? What's the difference when I'm doing my own thing and I'm not letting the opinion of Walmart tell the difference between the behavior and the concept of how I'm growing without a Walmart employee, without a business employee. The concept of what ain't the problem here. It's how the black and them act. The problem, that's how you got to understand. Baby, my work never been questioned. I did too much of music for that. And people want to get all of a sudden, get all the stereo. I've been doing music. Everybody want to get all of a sudden like, no. Nobody have time for those things and those concepts of where we are trying to go in life. I tell somebody something, they thinking negative. It's like they don't want to say, I have to file it, it's the behavior. You got this dope, you see nothing but nobody that just go on about their day at the end of the day. That's what you see. That's the kingdom of it. They got a video on YouTube talking about, on TV, they talking about going to a shelter and being in a shelter. Nobody shouldn't have to go back to the bottom. Nobody should have to lose their house to understand what government can prevent that. We can have stuff that everybody they have to have all right, if you get at your low thing, you will have our government should give every American that money, $1,000 whole in budget each year in every community, each American person. You have to stay, every American have to get some type. You cannot deny our government or something that is health care. We have to see every American and give them something. That's what they're going to play. If they say they for God and Jesus, you have to realize what is at stake here. And we get every government work, every American citizen, $1,000 we hold for rent each year. What that mean? And then they can still go get a voucher, but that $1,000 would be whole for each American. That will be rehold to your budget, bam. And they would communicate with your apartment. How about that? We talking about things or solving things in this world with that. We are talking about things that's solving things in this world. Sabine and them, they always believe that that's not the problem here. Like, y'all got to get the concept of what's going on here with me and all of with me and things. The most thing a man have to do, he have to be able to hold it down and do what he needs to do to hold things down. To hold it down and be able to do those things. I got stuff as a teenager. I was put on a high pedestal. You got to understand what I was put on. I'm going to 2 colleges. I'm going to 2 stores. I'm helping out. I'm passing Avon. I'm being put on a high pedestal at 14 and 15 years old, going to Turner, other schools passing out Avon. I had to talk to people. I didn't have that choice as you think I have. I had to listen to what my teacher said or go home. What you want to? I'm the kid here. And I have to understand those things here. I'm the student. I'm the kid here. So it depends on, I need to listen. So I have to listen to and obey with everything that's being asked of me. If you talk to Miss Chastity or my teachers, that's me. I ain't never disobeyed their rules in school. I always did what they told me. I ain't never went against the grain when it comes to teachers. I ain't never talked back to them. I ain't never did none of those things. I ain't never did none of those things and the concept of those things. So I had to learn the physically out of these things to understand it. I had to learn it to understand it. What's the concept for that? Like, it's too much going on in this world to understand it. Right now, I got a lot of business with the Washington and the Supreme Court behind Social Security. They put me in a situation when they have power and they choose to follow others in communities and leaders. It's not about bad politicians because the people around say it's got bad politics. Let me tell you something. They do what y'all say. They depend on y'all lies and what y'all believe. They need y'all numbers more than anything. It's y'all personality that's being thrown at them. It's what y'all, they look for y'all vote, but they don't look for God and Jesus vote. And everybody act like that's to become the biggest problem of them all. So like, that's the thing with that, bro. But yeah, like the concept, I'm trying to keep things together, and it's hard right now. Just the thing